Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. Today I am filming a video at my best friend's house because I didn't get to film this before I left and it looks fine. I'm even like filming in front of her bookshelf, kinda, that I fixed. So we approve of this. But yeah, I am today filming a book review and I am going to review Being Amani by Annabelle Steele. This one is an ARC and it is being released on the 20th of May, which is my birthday. So it's clearly a great release date. It seems from what I have seen on like Amazon, it seems to only be in a UK release and nothing like US, but I'm sure you can get it, for example, at like Amazon and get it shipped to you, or like Book Depository, etc. But that is just like the impression I've gotten, but I might be wrong. Just because it didn't show up at like US Amazon at all. UK usually have release days on Thursdays and US usually have them on Tuesdays, and 20th of May is a Thursday. So that is also why I assume so. A lot of assuming things in this video apparently. It follows Amani, who lived in London, that is now a year ago, where like I would say like the book starts and something horrible happened a night a year ago. We will get more into it, but yeah, right now she's trying to find happiness, but she's kind of getting it in all the wrong places, and it's just her trying to get over what happened to her, just trying to live her life, but it's not going that well. I should just say what happened that night because like it can be triggering for people, so I don't want to pick it up without like knowing anything. But basically her father was very abusive, so she and mother ran away. Like it was very bad. One night they just packed and ran away to Manchester, and then they are now living with her grandpa, like her mom's dad. It's a very short book. It's only like 250 pages long. I read it all in like, I don't even know, less than 2 hours, even at work. So I was just like, I'm gonna start this at work, and then I finished the whole thing while I work. So it was easy to finish. So it was a very fast-paced book, and I definitely recommend it like for, if you're gonna, for example, have a contemporary for a readathon, this is really good. It's also not set in the States, which is like really normal for a lot of books, but of course in the UK though, so like it's still like a very normal setting. She also has two friends. She has Sana, who is like obsessed with social media. She has like loads of followers, so like everywhere they go that she's really down on her phone and stuff. Yeah, they kind of also have a fight here, so she also needs to like live in the environment where she's not friends with her best friend anymore. Sana had a cousin who was Leo, and she kind of has a crush on him, but like they haven't talked about that. The book has many different themes. It's not a light book at all. Like it has of course an abusive father, him being abusive to her mother, and also like abusive to her, maybe not physically, but like in a way that she did not feel safe at all being at home when they were living with him. So that's not good, of course. After this, her mom is very depressed, so there is also a lot of darkness surrounding that. I don't even know how to describe it. Like it's not a good thing, obviously. Trigger warning also for like attempting suicide, and then also like Amani struggles with panic attacks, so she also struggles a lot, like with all the other things on the top of it. There's also like a mention of miscarriage, so that has happened already though. So yeah, so the book just carries a lot of darkness in it, but it is of course also light in it. Another reason I think this book is very British though is that she goes to Campbell College, or they also call it like university, but I think it's just like high school. Just that they call it university because she's only like 16. She hasn't started like college yet, but I am confused if she has or not, because I didn't understand the school system, because I don't really get the school system in the UK. I'm very much used to now the school system in the US. But yeah, of course, I'm not saying that the author needed to sit down and explain it. I just thought for a moment she was college age, and then it said like she was 16, I think. So I got a bit confused about her age. Also, they talked about like what she was studying, or either what she was going to study, which was psychology, English, and media. I wrote it down. She wants to be a journalist. So I don't understand if she's now studying it or if she's going to study it. But it does remind me a bit of the school system, like in Norway, when you're 16, you don't go to university, but you go to like, you still go to high school, but you choose like a major that will be something you can become at 16. And then like when you're like 18, you go to actually like higher education. But it reminded me a bit of that, like maybe she's like chosen kind of like a major, but she's not in like actually higher education. I got confused, but you could kind of do that in Norway, like you can choose to go like an electrician at 16, for example. I just chose like the everything, which is like you just continue as it is just the high school you were in before, because then you can basically become anything if you haven't decided at 16, because that's a crazy age to decide your whole life, by the way. But a lot of people pick different things, like you go to like restaurant shit or like service shit or like, yeah, so it reminded me of that. This is like totally another tirade that had nothing to do with the book, but it was just a thing that made me think, okay? It carries a lot of heavy themes, and I'm not saying it's not done well. I just do think that while it had a lot, it didn't feel as impactful as it should. But at the same time, it's not like every time you have a dark thing in a book, it needs to like land a punch on something. Like it could just be there, which is fine. Her dad also does try to go into her life again, and I think that the feelings in the relationship and like the Amani's reactions to that, it just made me like very like, is this good? I don't know. But yeah, you need to read a book to kind of figure out those parts for yourself. But it's just still very interesting. She also gets this kind of boyfriend who we could also ask, does he treat her well? Should be together, etc. So it's just many different elements to this book. But yeah, and then there's the writing, which I didn't really like that much. I think the writing made the book not feel as great as it could have been, just for me. And then also it's written in present tense, which was super weird. Yeah, I just noticed and I was just like, this is so weird, but that's like a preference for me, I guess. But I just think that like the dialogue didn't feel as natural. The writing just didn't, I guess, help the story. And then it felt short, I guess. Like it's a 250-page book. You notice it really well. We have all these things that I think could just be explored better. That's what I meant earlier when I said like, I'm not saying it's not that well. I just feel like it's a bit short. We could explore everything better. Not just like, I'm not saying like we need a 10-page thing about like depression, for example, but just see things over time, take more time with everything, because it just felt like it didn't get the emotional connection you would want with everything going on. I thought also friendship with Sana was weird, because it seemed like they both all said that Amani was a bad friend because she didn't want to open up with everything that happened to her. But I don't think you're a bad friend just because you don't want to talk about things that really, really hurt you. I think you should talk about it, because it's not good to keep horrible things that happen to you inside forever, because that's not a good thing. But I think it was unfair of her friends telling her she was a bad friend because she didn't open up to them, because she wasn't ready. And like, you don't owe people around you to tell you everything that happened to them. Yes, like you shouldn't keep them in the dark, but I don't know, it's like, it's a different, I think it's difficult. Of course, maybe like, I'm just imagining like if something horrible happened to my best friend, which I'm in the house to now, and then she didn't tell me about it, I will of course be like, oh my god, you need to tell me, because like then I just go around and like don't know that you have it horrible. So I guess it's a fair point, but it was a bit like, I think much like the way they said it, I guess. I don't know, it's complicated. Tell me what you think about this down below. But yeah, clearly this book starts up a lot of conversations, and that's a good thing. But yeah, and also of course Amani is black, and it wasn't like not there, like it wasn't like the main thing. It didn't need to be like, you can have a story with someone being black and have a lot of other things in their life, but there's definitely scenes where she's like, shit, she's just a black teen with a lot of other struggles. I think I babbled enough, because I don't even know what I said just now, but I just discussed a few things in the book. And yeah, so if you think this sounds interesting, then pick it up. I think that like the story goes exactly where you think it's gonna go. It's not like, oh my god, plot twist. But like it's a contemporary, where you go through the lives kind of, which is normal, so I guess you wouldn't expect that anyway. I guess I just didn't feel that emotional connection that I wanted, because of the reasons I just said. But I don't think the book was horrible by any means, and I do think that people could read it and get different things out of it. So I ended up giving it like 3 out of 5 stars. Like, I liked it, I didn't love it, I don't want to die for it, but I enjoyed it and it was a nice read and I didn't hate it. So 3 stars feels fitting. I think that's it. I am sorry I'm not coherent. I did look at my notes a lot, because it's a few days since I read it. But yay, I hope you enjoyed this video. Clock emoji down below if you like this, and you will see me soon. Goodbye.